Hi everybody, welcome. I'm Dan,
And I'm Nicole.
and we're doing another Ask Dan and Nicole episode, so I guess we'll just get right into it.
All right. Well, first thing, of course, we're sitting in front of it, so why not an N3 layout?
Yeah, so the NN3 layout is under construction, actually combination N and NN3. If you're not familiar, NN3 is N-scale narrow gauge.
N-scale narrow gauge. I was not familiar.
Yeah. So anyway, I've actually got the actual construction is running a little ahead of the videos right now, so I actually have some track on it. And I've got a couple of standard gauge cars here.
You guys, he is making this from scratch, you guys. From scratch, you guys.
And narrow gauge cars.
It is so awesome to watch. There's literally just long pieces of metal that he is turning into track. It's really cool.
It's it's hand-laid Code 40 rail, which is pretty much the smallest rail I know of that you can get. It's pretty to scale for N scale. I'm using it for both the standard and narrow gauge, and I'm doing a lot of the layout is going to actually be dual gauge. So I actually just completed my first gauge separation right here, and it actually works with nothing derailing, which made me really happy. So and the narrow gauge cars go through.
Now, don't get us wrong. It's not like there haven't been a couple of oops, that was a little too close or that was a little too far, and there's been stuff that has been tweaked here and there. But I mean, seriously, this is laying down super nice and sweet.
Yeah, it's coming along. I mean, it's not an instant gratification method of doing track work.
Get one of those things right there. Get one of those things.
Oh, these? The pieces of rail?
Yes, the pieces of rail.
I keep it hidden in the corner so that the cats don't play with it.
You guys, this is what he's turning into track.
They can even see that on the camera. I don't know.
If you can see, I know, I'm trying to turn it in different ways so that just in case you catch a glimpse of just how tiny this is, this little piece of metal, which hopefully he'll get a closer shot for you guys later, is what he's making the track out of. And it's just phenomenal to watch. I have a front row seat to some very cool creative genius happening right now.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So anyway, there will be more videos on this. The video on the basic bench work is already out.
Yes.
The next video after that will be on adding the fascia, which I made out of some mahogany.
Which is very beautiful.
And then...
Which is also just for looks. You don't have to do that part, but you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is going to be in our RV, and I wanted it to look nice. Because, so...
the RV looks really nice, so I'm trying to matchy a little bit.
Yeah, and then there'll be one on putting down the road bed. I used cork road bed. And then I also did, you can't see it here, but there's a bunch of electronic components installed underneath.
Yes.
Which I actually did before I started putting the track in, which might seem a little backwards. But I like to test the track as I go. And in order to do that, I needed to have something to connect it to electrically.
Right.
So this actually will run. I don't have an engine on it right now, but it actually will operate as much as here. So,
right, the track from here to there.
Yeah.
Which is about a quarter of the track.
Yeah, it goes around just one side right now. So
right.
Anyway, so it's coming along, and I think it's going to be a pretty cool thing when it's done.
It is. It's going to be great. It's really fun to see it from start to finish.
Yeah. Thank you.
So lots of new videos coming out for this, as you guys can see.
Yeah.
They are already in the waiting period.
Yeah.
So the next thing is showcase miniatures,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is really exciting.
Yeah, as part of the building of this layout, I've started to build some little N-scale structure and vehicle kits. And I did a review recently of a Showcase Miniatures Chevy flatbed truck that's like a 1950-something Chevy truck.
Yes.
And they actually saw it and liked it at Showcase Miniatures, so they actually put a link on their website to the video, which I thought was really neat.
That's super neat. That's super cool.
I thought it was neat that they thought enough of my work to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think that's awesome.
Yeah, so that made me pretty happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a little serious for 2 seconds and discuss YouTube ads.
Yeah, so a couple people complained, and I was thinking about it, and I went back and re-examined the options that YouTube gives you for ads.
Yes.
So I went through every video, and I disabled all of the ads that pop up during the video. I think they have some little banners and things that can pop up. I didn't disable those, but the ones that actually interrupt the video, like a commercial, and because I don't know, I don't want to be watching a model train video and then have an hour-long ad for, gout medicine or something come on.
And that's what was happening, you guys, because
Yeah.
I watched the video like as if I'm a regular person who has never seen the videos. I do that for a couple of reasons. I like our videos. That's the first reason. But really, I also like to see them as an editor, as a person that is watching it from the other side, and to see if there's any mistakes or see what we can change or see what we can do better. I'm constantly trying to further what we're doing so that it's accessible and good for all ages, for all groups, for everyone. We totally want to be inclusive and never, cut any one group out of anything, because model railroading is fun.
Right.
And everybody should be allowed to do it.
Yeah, and I just wanted it to not be annoying, so I disabled
Right.
I disabled, I think, all non-skippable ads. So any video that does come up, you can skip it, and they should now only appear before or after the actual content video.
So let us know, please, you guys, if you see some where they're like breaking in and they're the hour-long health,
Yeah.
medical commercials. Those are just, oh
'Cause
gosh.
I had to do it per video, so it's possible, because there's well over 100 videos on the channel now, so it's possible I might have missed one.
Right.
I tried to get them all, so if anybody notices one that's still doing that, please let us know.
Please do let us know, because that is just, for a 10-minute video to get an hour, one of them had 2, and it was back to back, the same doctor, Dr. Gundry, I think his name was, and it was all about gut health. And get your gut health. I get it, but the people that are on our channel probably are not looking for gut health information.
Yeah.
And if they were, they probably know where to go to get it too. So those are not ads that are necessary.
So
and we don't want you guys to be like,
yeah, well, obviously it would be nice to get a little bit of a money stream coming in from the channel, but I don't want to make it obnoxious either.
I agree.
And
there's got to be a happy
So-
balance for all people.
Yeah.
That's how we feel just in general.
so we'll try this for a while and see how it goes, and hopefully people like it better.
So always let us know, guys, in the comments.
Yeah.
Always let us know. Oh, and speaking of comments, we would like to talk about some comments that have come up on our channel. There have been a few comments that have been less than nice. No, I'm way too nice about things. They've been rude. There are rude comments that pop up every once in a while, and so we just want to be clear, really, really crystal clear, that the channel is for everyone. It's not for anyone in particular, any age, any group, any sex, any whatever, gender, whatever. It's for everyone. So, if we see rude comments, they're going to be deleted. We obviously delete any of the comments that come in that are linked to XXX sites, because that's just
Yeah.
really gross. That's nothing to do with what we're trying to put out. So, once again, if you see something like that, let us know immediately, so that if we haven't seen it, we can delete it too. We don't want to, have forward movement on our channels of that kind of stuff. So I'm going to read the comment that I wrote that Daniel was nice enough to print out for me for everybody again, so everyone is crystal clear about how we feel. It says, to be clear, any rude comments will be immediately deleted by Daniel. And if we see a pattern of rude behavior for no reason, you will be banned or hidden from this channel. This is a place of positivity only. We are here to support people interested in model railroading, real trains, and being supportive to each other. We will not tolerate any hate or rude behavior on this channel. There is no reason for it, so please leave it off this channel. Thank you. Now, the reason why we did that was because there was a really cool younger person that had said that it was their birthday, and for some reason, someone else took it upon themselves to belittle that kid for sharing. And we just think that that's not okay.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
It's not necessary. And so, please don't get caught up in that kind of stuff, because we will take the channel. That there's no what do they call that? There's no tolerance. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
There's no tolerance for that kind of behavior here.
Yeah, or spamming or any of that.
Yeah, or spamming or any of the XXX stuff, or model railroading, trains, supportive, talking about stuff that you like. All of that stuff is great. We encourage people to chat, comment on our channel, but please be positive or leave that to yourself. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, I have been trying to go back and catch up on the comments from before, because I don't know, for the first year or so that I did the channel, I didn't respond to them right away. So there's some pretty old comments on there still that I haven't gotten to. So I've been going through and trying to answer those. But I figure better late than never.
Better late than never. That first year was a little, learning stuff too. It was a lot of editing. It was a lot of trying to figure things out. Plus, we have cats that photobomb us. We have a dog that's right now rubbing his back and feeling good about it. That's audio bombing us. So, it happens and things get a little behind sometimes, but we promise to catch up.
Yeah.
So the next thing on here says, does Nichole have any hobbies?
Yeah.
And that would be an understatement. I have a multitude of things that I love and adore. I'm very eclectic and very different from most people. I love to collect, this is going to sound really weird, but I love to collect costumes because I love to cosplay. And I do all sorts of cosplay, from evil to, righteously good, from characters in Marvel to characters I've made up out of my own head to characters based off of movies from when I was a kid. I mean, all sorts of stuff. I really love to cosplay. I also really love to collect stuffed animals. So this is a recent one that I just collected, so that's why I'm showing it off, and it's got all my favorite colors in it. And it's a Triceratops, which is one of my favorite dinosaurs. So I collect lots of little stuffed animals, and also bigger ones, too.
Yeah.
I have a large collection of stuffed animals. What else do I love to dance. I really love Renaissance fairs where I get to do cosplay and dance and throw all my stuff together. And I also love to inspire people, which is a huge hobby. I really think that, the whole people are raised by a village, it takes a village to raise a child is kind of in the past, because we're also kind of discombobulated as the world is discombobulated. And so I try really hard wherever I'm at to inspire, encourage, uplift. It's a very big, important thing to me to do. And so if I see people down on their luck, I'll just jump right in there. And I'll try and help out, and I'll try and be a part of a solution, because I really, think that the more of us that are happy and walking around smiling and happy, it's infectious, and it makes other people's days that maybe started out not so great. So those might be some different hobbies than what people are used to hearing, but those are my hobbies.
Don't forget skating.
Oh, well, I love to roller skate, you guys, but I don't get to roller skate that much, so that's why I did forget it.
Yeah.
Especially right now because of COVID and everything being closed, and I'm a disabled veteran from the Army. I was hurt and I had surgeries, and so I've had to stay in the house a lot, which has not been fun. Daniel's done a lot of the shopping too, and I've just kind of been stuck here. So I video game. That's another hobby. I do a lot of video gaming. Right now I'm video gaming on a little Roblox video game that I think is mostly kids and teenagers, but I'm having a really good time playing. And I'm meeting people from all over the world, which I really adore. I love to hear about cultures, and I love to hear about different things, and plan on taking this guy overseas someday so that we can ride all of those trains too, and
That'd be fun.
take some real, yes, right? Take him rail fanning everywhere. I'm really just into life, in general, and just the positivity that one can feel and bring into this world. And so those are some pretty different hobbies, but those are my hobbies. And, supporting my husband, which is less of a hobby and more of a job that I really enjoy, that I don't get paid for except in kisses. Wonderful kisses. So, lots of really fun, interesting things that I'm into. Thank you for asking me, because that was a lot of fun to answer. What's our next one? Central Jersey Rail Fan says, have you taken any interest in the Rapido SP SW 1200? I didn't say that right, I'm sure. 1200s, thank you. I'll say it right, hang on. Rapido SP SW 1200s.
Yes.
Just found out today they're shipping to dealers, and while it's a little old, it might find a place on your layout. Can I just...
Yeah, you can. What should I happen to have? But this is one of those. It's an SP, one that I will be working on a review on. Should be out hopefully pretty soon. And yeah, it actually, SP I think was still using at least some of these into the 90s, so it would fit into my layout theme.
And look at that. I love the way this one is built.
Yeah, the little switchers are cool.
Yeah.
And since I am planning to actually have a yard on the layout, they will actually have somewhere to run.
And to work.
And to work, yes.
Put them to work.
So anyway, I was happy to be able to get this, and I think it'll be pretty neat. We'll have to see. I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet, so we'll have to see.
Is it still wrapped? Can you open it now?
Well,
Can we just have like a little tasty preview?
Okay.
Tasty preview! Aren't you guys so glad I'm here?
Got to preserve all this stuff because I want to make sure it's all in the right order when I do the review.
Of course, but
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll get a picture so you guys can
Yeah.
see it a little closer, but still inside of its box. You can't see too much of it now. Come on.
Yeah, this is actually number 2285, which is a unit that ended up on the Richmond Pacific Railroad after its SP career. So, and I think they might still have it. I'm not sure. Anyway.
Well, if they do, we should get a picture.
Yeah. So.
Ooh, so cool.
That should
Okay.
be pretty fun.
So, yes, of course, he has taken an interest in that one.
Yeah.
So, thank you for your question. This says, Ian Narita, I think I'm saying that right, in regard to the N-scale layout. You don't mention what type of plywood you're using. Looking at it, is it 3/4 cabinet grade hardwood oak? Question mark. Thanks again.
Yeah, so I think I did put a little text on the video about building the benchwork that I use 3/4 inch plywood, but I don't think I specified it. It is in fact oak.
They have a good eye.
Yeah, that was a good guess, very good guess. It's 3/4 inch oak. I actually wasn't originally planning to use oak. I was going to use a good quality plywood. I made a case for using good quality wood in the video because it really is the foundation for the layout, and it's
Right.
you don't want to use really junky wood, underneath everything because it's especially with N scale because you want it to all be smooth, and there's trains are so small they're sensitive to little bumps and warps and things. So this is a nice solid flat surface, which is the main reason I wanted it. But I actually was going to get the next step down from this, which is I don't know what the plywood would be made of, but it's still a nice flat, well made, not warped sheet. But I couldn't get that when I went to the lumber yard that particular day. So I paid the extra 15 or 20 bucks or whatever it was to get a piece of oak instead.
Okay.
So now if I had to buy 20 sheets of it, that would have been an issue. but since it was only one, it wasn't so big a deal.
Right.
And I didn't even use the whole thing. This is just I still have most of the sheet I think it's actually in the train room right now. So probably the rest of it will end up being part of the Donner layout at some point. But
Okay.
But yeah, that is what.
Yeah,
this
even
is.
this, when he cut this, he lowered, when you get to see the picture of it, you'll see that the part he cut out of the center for the water has actually been lowered and drilled into the wood so that it can be the kind of pond that we're going to have in this middle area.
Yeah.
So there's really not a lot of waste when it came. I wanted to have like a little piece that we could show you, and he was like, well,
There really isn't. Yeah.
there is none.
The only leftover piece is the huge piece of more than half a sheet of plywood left over, which is way too big to carry
Way too
around and
big.
use as a sample.
Way too big, yes.
But anyway,
but that
yeah,
was a really good eye.
yeah. So yeah, this is basically what I don't know if they still do, but they used to call it cookie cutter bench work, because you cut out a piece and then use that piece to make your lowered area,
Oh, well,
whether
that's
it's
cool.
water or whatever the scene was going to be. So
Okay. All right, well, on to our next one. We'll get you guys a picture of that. All right, so our next question is from Steve T. and is from Model Building Tips in Microtrains gondola repair video. Is that a Matchbox, I'm going to take a stab, Unimog on that bookshelf?
yeah, I think that's right.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Unimog?
Yeah.
What's that?
He was talking about this little truck.
Oh,
Unimog is a Mercedes kind of a truck, utility kind of truck. I don't know if they still make them, but they used to. I think they were big. I didn't see a lot of them here, but I think in Europe they were pretty common. So anyway, yeah, this is a little Matchbox. Don't remember how old I was when I got this. I remember, I think it was either Christmas or a birthday. Somebody in my family gave me a box full of Matchbox cars and trucks,
no, nice.
and this was in there. And I don't know. Obviously, most of them are probably long gone, but
As it happens.
yeah,
yes.
this one survived somehow, and I still have it. It's a little nicked up. It got played with, obviously, but still intact. And so I found it in a box. I think going through something.
One of the box of the months, probably.
or some other box, or God knows. But anyway, I just said, "Oh, that's kind of cool." I remember that because I kind of forgotten about it, and then it's a little relic of my childhood. So I just put it out on the shelf in the office.
It's really cute.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I still have that.
All right, and the next one, needs to quit one at Gmail from the same video says, cool, it was easy. Do you not like the deep flanges from Microtrains?
Okay, I think the cool it was easy was about reference to the video. That video was about repairing a Microtrains gondola,
Okay.
which is pretty. It was a pretty short video because there really isn't that much to it. But yeah, I don't like the old style pizza cutter flanges that some of the older trains had on them, and some, I don't know if Microtrains is still doing it, but for a long time they were still putting out cars with the big deep flanges, and I think for a while they were even including low profile flange wheels and the other wheels. I like low profile flanges because they look better. Those big deep ones, they don't look realistic at all to me. So I don't like it. And I think if your track work is up to snuff, then the low profile ones work just fine. So that's what I'd be using on this
Because
layout.
the deep flanges are to help keep it on the track?
I think that was the idea,
Okay.
because it's if the track has a little kinks or something in it, it's less, because there's more material. It's less likely for the wheel to come off. But
Would that also be a speed thing too? Like if you wanted to turn it up to a higher speed, maybe the deep flanges would keep it on the track.
probably, yeah. If you want to,
Not for any reason.
well, You know, in the old days, that was kind of a lot of the N-scale engines were kind of like that. They were either like full tilt or not moving. So, so they didn't have a lot of low speed control back in the day.
Okay, good to know.
So maybe that is part of the reason too. But you know, modern stuff runs much better. So yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, I do like the low profile flanges. And I also like metal wheels, so that's one of the reasons I like to change out a lot of the plastic wheels that come with stuff. A lot of stuff comes with metal wheels nowadays, but I think Microtrains is still using plastic. Last time I checked. So.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. So our last one is from Brian Anshin, I think. My apologies if I did not say that right. From Product Review HO Trinity 3-unit spine car video. Who makes that EMP container you used? Looks so crisp, I gotta get a few.
I think he was talking about this one. This is actually by Kato. This is an HO scale 53-foot container.
And these are the ones that go on those flatbed trains so that it looks more realistic, like it's carrying a
yeah,
load.
the stack trains typically.
Stack trains, that's what they're called.
Yeah.
Okay. And then on the back of like a truck to go
intermodal
out of the area.
You know, they could be put on a truck or a ship or a train.
Oh yeah, a ship. I guess I don't really think about ships that much because, you know, we don't have the ability to really stylize the ocean. And a huge ship or a cargo container ship that would be leaving a port, but that's really cool.
Yeah.
I like
So
it too.
yeah, these are pretty nice. Kato makes some nice containers, and actually most of the Kato ones are magnetized, so if you use them with other Kato containers, they actually stick together.
Oh, really?
Because they have magnets. They also have the little pins and holes in them to help hold them in alignment, so you can use them with other brands. I think Athearn and Walthers also use those same pins or the same idea. So they usually will fit together. Sometimes you have to coax them a little, but
and that's what this top part is
yeah.
for?
See, it's got like little pins on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So if you had two of these, like if you wanted to put a double stack on a stack train, then you could put the other one on top of it, and that keeps
and
it
just kind of click it in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that way it won't fall off.
Well, that is very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So yeah, that's a Kato. So
That's a Kato.
I have a bunch of containers from. I think most of them are either Kato, Athearn, or Walthers.
Okay.
I think I have a few from Concor, but yeah, most.
Concor, that's not a name I've heard a lot of.
Yeah, that's a kind of an older company. I think they still make some stuff. I think I didn't like those as well because I think their pins and holes are reversed. They got the pins on the top and the holes on the bottom, and most of the other brands do it the other way. So you can't really use them together.
Oh, okay.
So if I'm not mistaken, I don't have one of them in front of me right now to check, but.
Well, you have so much. If you get one detail off here and there, I'm not gonna, mark you down for it. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, you guys, he's a 10. He's at the top. That doesn't mean he's perfect. Nobody's perfect, you guys. We get details wrong from time to time. It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's all of our questions. We finished it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So that's another one done then.
Yeah, another Ask Dan and Nichole show done.
Yeah. So.
Don't forget to send in your questions, guys, and we'll do another when we get a good group of questions together again.
Yeah. Or if anybody also, if you have any, from time to time, people have contributed other things like pictures of their layouts or
yes.
whatever. If you want to share anything, feel free.
Yes, please feel free to share everything and anything. Okay, wait. Within reason, and has to do with railroads and model railroading. Please feel free to share. And any comments that are less than amazing will be looked at.
Yeah.
Because, nothing but nice and kind and railroading and fun for us. Right. Yes. Lots of fun.
Yeah. So I guess that's it, and
That's
I guess
it.
we'll see you next time. Thanks for
See
watching.
you next time. Thanks for watching.